arms, and I felt like because we're only leveling to 20 on Lichy, that this wouldn't really showcase the talent system that well. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna look. Blood Graze is kind of a weird ability. It gives us a chance after taking damage for us to gain life over time. It's not completely irrelevant, especially when used with field dressing, but for now we don't need it. Even though it might seem like it would increase our ability to fight monsters, realistically, what we need is damage, right? So we should always be thinking about how we can increase our damage. Battle Trance is it's a special ability that we get that gives us a chance to have our next attack consume no rage. And again, like I said, we're at such a huge rage surplus right now, so that's not necessarily very helpful to us. But Cruelty increases our critical strike chance of Bloodthirst, Mortal Strike, and Shield Slam. So really what we care about is Bloodthirst, because we're not going to get Mortal Strike and Shield Slam. They're part of the other specializations. So we're going to put a point into Cruelty, and this is giving us the tutorial, and then we're going to click Learn as I point at the screen, as if you can see it. So we picked up Bloodthirst, and the great thing about Bloodthirst is that we can still use it with our two-handed weapon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this quest, and then we're going to go and see if we can't get ourselves two one-handed weapons that are as good as our Worgen Slaying Sword. So we'll head off. And you'll see I replaced Strike with Bloodthirst right away, because Bloodthirst is just straight up better. And you'll see why. You see, now we're stealing life, which isn't very much, but Bloodthirst does quite a bit more damage, which is essentially the goal of the warrior, is always to be doing as much damage as possible. And I'm going to keep my Bloodthirst down before I ever touch Rend, because Bloodthirst just will straight up do more damage than our Rend will. I don't know if that's correct, but I'm pretty sure it is. It's up to you. You don't have to do that, but I always want my Bloodthirst on cooldown before Rend, so that my Bloodthirst will be up. My Bloodthirst will be off cooldown first, and what that means is I can use more Bloodthirsts than Rends, and because Rend I only really use once per monster, I sort of like I like punching my Bloodthirst first. So here we have Thurman, so we're gonna beat him up, and you can already see, like, this is going way smoother if you watch my life, and that's because we're just straight up hitting a lot harder. And now we're gonna look for, I think he is this zombie right here. Yeah, he is. Gregor. Pardon me. And it'll get, you'll notice this even begins to take off even more once we get a hold of some decent one-handed weapons. And so I think this is probably a good time to run back to, we'll probably go here and then Hearthstone to Brill, and I'll show you guys what the Hearthstone looks like. Sell what we have in our inventory at Brill, and then go down to the Undercity, and I'll show you guys what the auction house looks like. Hopefully this server has a pretty reasonable economy, and we can pick up two crappy green one-handed weapons for relatively cheap. My preference would be to have swords, but any will do for now. There I used Rend first. It's probably, it doesn't seem like it makes that big of a difference, but later on in the game, those subtle nuances of what we call the rotation, or which ability you use when, become quite important. In fact, if you're going to play a warrior and your goal is to be a warrior that does damage, that is a warrior that doesn't tank, then you're gonna want to learn that rotation like it's second nature. You want to be able to do it without even thinking about it, because when you fight big nasties, and I mean big nasties, the guys who have millions upon millions of hit points and do really ugly things that will kill you in one hit, you need to sort of be able to do your rotation automatically, you know, without thinking about it, sort of, because you're going to be staring at all these things that can kill you. It's not important until you're maximum level, until there's no levels left to get. And of course he gives us a two-handed weapon, which just is not very useful to us. Maybe I should have gone arms, but I don't think so. There's a good chance some of you guys could hear barking in the background. That's Abby. There's trick-or-treaters. So we're gonna use our Hearthstone by right-clicking on the Hearthstone, and the Hearthstone has a cast bar, and once it casts, we'll actually be teleported to the inn in Brill, which, coincidentally enough, we have a quest to turn in there. So here we are, instantly, but right near Renee, who is the innkeeper in Brill, and we want to go talk back to Severin, I think. Yep. So we'll turn in this quest to Severin, and he's gonna send us somewhere else. Nice dress. Oh, maybe not. Just crap. Nothing we particularly need. Yeah, we have better equipped. I wonder why. Oh, I see. Okay. So let's go ahead and find us a vendor. He's a trainer.
I'm listening.
Grain and feed vendor.
What do you require?
What can you trade me in? Oh, he's the herbalist. That makes sense, I guess. I mean, you know, grain is food, sort of. I'm just gonna sell that. I don't plan on using it. Not gonna sell the Troll's Blood potions though. And for the more awake fans out there, you'll notice that even though I move potions around in my bag, it doesn't affect my hotkey for my potions. Didn't always used to be that way, but it is now, which is really, really good. We used to have to do a workaround to do that, I think. Or maybe I'm completely wrong. I'm pretty sure I'm not. So once we get to 40 first aid, we're going to stop creating bandages. You can cancel this by hitting exit or just by moving. I tend to just hit my auto run key to stop anything, including casting, which you guys may have noticed from before. So we're going to train the heavy linen bandage because it's straight up just better. I just got a Steam message. Hopefully that didn't come through. If it did, I'm sorry. I'm not going to respond to that Steam message. It's just a buddy of mine linking some Reddit article I'm probably not going to read. Anyway, so this crest wants us to complete a procedure, but we're going to run the opposite way from the bat vendor by accident. Here he is, bat trainer. See, this golden dragon is what I was talking about earlier for elite monsters. Signifies that they're much stronger. In fact, if you attack, wow. So I guess we don't have to actually talk to the flight masters anymore. You just automatically get the ones that your level qualifies you for, which is stupid. I mean, it destroys exploration, and that's just silly. I don't like that at all. We're not gonna cheat. We're gonna actually use our feeties and make that run, because for one thing, we're gonna get to see the world, which is really, really beautiful. I constantly find myself sitting back and marveling at just how much I like the world of Warcraft, the actual world. Pardon me, the actual world. I don't feel like just skipping, the important parts. And there's quests you'll miss if you do that. So just don't do it. Just don't give in to Blizzard trying to make your life easier. Continue to make your life harder. So we've reached level 11, which is good. We only have 9 levels left before this playthrough will be complete. I don't know if I'll continue on with Litchi. I have a feeling that she may end up going to 60. But I'm not sure. I would like to get another Let's Play under my belt before I come back to WoW. I don't want to be known as a guy who just plays WoW. That isn't what I want. So we're a third of the way through Honored. So our backpack here from the Undercity is probably not realistic right away. So we're gonna run to the auction house, which is in the Undercity. There's I'll show you on the map here. There's 2 rings. There's an inner ring and an outer ring, and the auction house is in these bits in the outer ring. So all you have to do is find a doorway like this and turn left or right, and there should be an auction house vendor right there. And we have Auctioneer Kane here, who we're going to talk to. Here's a little cockroach, which we can charge if you'd like. Solve the roach problem in the Undercity. So we heard the ding. the auction house is open. This is the player, the sort of the player economy of WoW. This drives the whole World of Warcraft economy. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna look for usable items only. We're gonna search for weapons by clicking search, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna look for anything that's cheap. Now we have about 61 silver, and this might end up being like totally futile, but I hope we can find what we're looking for. And right now we can't. There's some copper short swords here, which are not good enough and retardedly expensive. So it looks like we're not going to be dual wielding anytime soon, which sucks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go look for a gray vendor. Some server economies are better than others, and we'll have, I mean, a server economy is definitely not defined by by the low level weapon merchants, but some of them will have more low level weapons that you can check out. I was just hoping that we could fill in, because we've really only been rewarded with two-handed weapons, which is not my preference to use. So I talked to a guard, but he can only send me to certain places, and so that's kind of irrelevant. So I'm just gonna run to where I think the weapon vendor who sells crappy weapons, or weapons that nobody buys, is over here. Yeah, I think it's by the war quarter. Anyway, we'll take a look. Anyway, I hope I'm doing well. I hope I'm interesting to listen to. Feel free to let me know if I'm doing something wrong, or if I'm doing something right, or if you want to snuggle up to my beard, or if you want me to shave my beard, whatever. Just feel free to let me know. I hope I'm doing well. I'm only a little bit insecure because this is my first video game playthrough, and I really just want to be doing a good job. So we have cloth, robes, tailoring surprise, tailoring trainers, apprentice tailor, nothing interesting. Oh, we just got stink bombed. Well, that's nice. Now we have to get to have a gas trail follow us around, which will, I'm sure, be annoying. So the Undercity is broken up into the different quarters. I guess I'll explain a little bit. The war quarter is where sort of the warrior guild and I think rogues guild and a couple other people are located.
Speak quickly.
Nope, nothing to sell. Purchase blacksmith, heavy armor, blacksmith supplies.
What would you ask of death? Embrace the shadow.
Gun merchant.
Quickly.
Yeah.
Beware the living.
Heavy armor merchant. The standard merchants that they plop there are pretty useless. I'm just looking for, you know, something for us to use in the interim. So this maze is too fast, I think. 1.9 is just a little too fast for me.
Speak quickly.
And this is a two-handed weapon, and these weapons are retardedly high level requirement. Well, in the interest of showing you, I'm going to use two of these. It's not optimal, and hopefully we'll get replacements. But I would like to stay fairly true to the talent spec instead of sort of brute forcing a talent spec with a weapon type that doesn't really matter. So you can see, even with these little sort of crappy weapons, we're out damaging our two-handed weapon in both hands. But if we go down to hit chance, notice how our chance to hit a level 10 monster has gone to 21%, and how it shows, as I was talking earlier, how our special attacks only miss 2% of the time. Those are our chance to miss, not our chance to actually hit. Our chance to hit is like 98% and 79%, respectively. So yeah, there's that, and it breaks up into our offhand and mainhand DPS here. Just some little interesting things the tooltip does, and we can actually see the additional damage that we got from our talents.